In this last chapter, I'll be demonstrating how you can achieve all these different color palettes. I'll also show you the different ways you can mix certain colors because there's more than one way to do so. There's really a lot to play around with. Let's begin. I'm gonna use the following color palettes as a guide, and since we might be viewing it from different screens, the colors may not look the same to every one of us. So I will go as close as I can to the colors you see here and show you how you can create different values, tints, shades and tones of these colors. So for the first one, it will be this Dreamy Wedding color palette. The colors I have here are Flamingo Pink from Sugar Flare, Claret from Sugar Flare, Cream from Sugar Flare, Gooseberry from Sugar Flare, and I have a Juniper Green from Wilton. So I'm not going to use the colors as they are. I'm going to go ahead and mix them up to show you how you can get different values, tints, shades and tones of these colors. Okay, so I've gone ahead to pull out the colors here. This is my Flamingo Pink, Claret, Cream, Gooseberry, and Juniper Green. So following the colors over here. Okay, so looking at the color palette as a guide above, you can start to see there are actually some peachy pink tones on the left, following by some cream tones and then some green tones on the right. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my Flamingo Pink. Okay, so this is really light. I'm going to go ahead and add more pink because I cannot really see any pink here. So maybe I'm just going to add some here. And I'm going to try again. Okay, there we go. So this is like a nice flamingo pink that I have. And what I'm going to do here is following this, I'm going to try to increase the value of this. So increasing the value of pink means adding more of the original gel paste into it. So that's what I'm going to do. So you can see immediately becomes a darker flamingo pink. So maybe I can go ahead and add more. So the color is more obvious here. So within the same color palette, you can just play around with different pinks by changing up the value of the pink. So right now what you can consider is, because in food coloring there are different kinds of pink, claret is also kind of pink if you were to use it sparingly. So here I have some claret with me. I'm just going to go ahead and take some claret and add into this mixture and you will see what happens. So immediately you can see the entire pink becomes a lot brighter because this is a brighter pink. So there you go. So you can see within these little changes you can get all these different variety of pinks. And right now what I'm going to do is, maybe this pink seems a little bit too bright and saturated for me. So I'm going to go ahead and add some green to tone it down, because green is also a complementary color of pink, which is red tones. So with that, I will be able to bring this very neon pink down into a more muted pink. So I'm going to go ahead and add my gooseberry. And there you go, immediately you can see how it becomes a more muted pink, almost like a mauve color. And if you want to decrease the value of this to make it lighter, just add more vodka. See, there you go. So I went from a really bright flamingo pink, and by adding different clarets or like different pinks, I get into a neon one, and I slowly move towards a muted one. So even with just 3 colors, you can actually get so many different colors here already. So right now what I'm going to do is, maybe I'm going to move on to the cream tone. And with that, I'm just gonna probably be using cream. So here I have my cream. I'm gonna probably put the vodka in the well and start mixing my cream, which is actually this very nice shade of yellow. Adding it here. So you can see this is a very light color yellow. And to increase the value, I'm just going to add more pigment. If you keep doing, practicing it on different colors, you'll get more familiar with all these terms, and you don't have to even refer to the terms anymore. And you'll naturally know what to do. So you can see, just by adding more pigments, I get a darker cream color here. So that's me increasing the value. Okay, and right now if we look at the color palette, it seems like we have a nice peachy color, and peach, I can tell that the original color of peach is orange. So orange is achieved by adding red and yellow, so you get an orange color. So peach can be derived by adding pink, which is like a reddish color, and yellow, and that is how I achieve my peach. So there are different ways that you can achieve a certain color. You can go ahead and use an orange and then change up the value, tints, shades, and tones of it, or you can go ahead and mix these two colors to achieve your peach color. So I have my pink over here, and I also have my cream. So I'm going to probably go ahead and mix these two colors, and that is how I'm going to achieve my peach. So I'm going to probably just pull out a little bit of my yellow here, and I'm going to grab some of my pink. So depending on the amount of pinks and yellow that you're going to add into this mixture, you're going to either get a reddish peach or a more yellowish peach. So that's how you vary your color of peach as well. Okay, so see, there you go. So I've probably mixed like a nice 50-50 of each color, so this is a very nice peach tone that we have. Okay, so I think I pretty much covered the colors on the left side of the color palette, and now I'm ready to move on to my green color. So let me just give my brush a wash. So for the green here, we have two different greens. Gooseberry is like a warmer green, as you can see here, and for juniper green is like a cooler green. So if you do not have these two different greens, what you can do is you can also go ahead and just use juniper green, and to get a warmer green, you just go ahead and add yellow. So that is how you adjust the temperature of green. So in this case, we have it, so we're just going to use it. I'm going to show you how we can then get a different green by even adding these two colors together. So I'm going to start out with my gooseberry. So there you go, you see this is a nice warm green. Okay, and then now let's go with the juniper green to see how it is originally like. So here you go, this is our darker, cooler green. So it's closer to the color palette that we have here. And of course, you can then go ahead similarly to explore different values of the green. You can go ahead and add more of the green gel paste, and this is increasing the value of the green. So same green but more pigmented. See, there you go. And then maybe lastly, what we can do is have a good mixture of both the warmer green and the cooler green, and then maybe we will get a sage green in between. So I'm going to pull out some of this color, and then some of our warmer green. So there you go. So you can see the green over here, we get all the different shades just by mixing two different kinds of green. And of course, I can keep going on and on with so many colors over here. For example, if you want to get a muted green, you add this complementary color, which is red, or you can add the pinks and then you'll get a muted green here. And even within these 4 different greens, you can get a muted version of all these different greens. So you can see how the colors really multiplies and you can just really play around. This is really a very fun playground to play with, so I encourage you guys to just keep practicing and see what you can get from all this color mixing. And then with that, we're ready to move on to the next color palette we have, which is a 4 rustic color palette.